Hope is a very important thing for humans and for anything. I don't know if animals can have hope, but hope is a very important thing. I wouldn't have been standing here if I didn't have hope. I also believe that hope is not enough and that people have to do something about if they want to have hope. And some of the things that we're already looking at is the overfishing problem, but then also management problems of these islands, predation of kelp gulls and the seals, give them as many nests as possible, do anything that we can. All those things we have to do. It's no use we do one thing and we leave the others. We have to work in a combination of things that we have to do to make it good for them. And we try and not to keep the animals here, but release them as soon as we can, because this is not an aquarium or a museum or something like that. It is a rehabilitation center for the penguins. We try and collect the birds, make them better and release them into the wild again.
What we do in this facility mainly is we treat sick and injured penguins that are fetched from a large area surrounding Gansbaai. We go up to Arniston, Drastic, Cape Agulhas, up to Betty's Bay to fetch penguins, and we will drive to fetch a single injured penguin or a single penguin that's in arrested molt. We rehydrate them, we feed them, we treat them with antibiotics and treat wounds if there are wounds. We do a little bit of surgery on them if needed, and we just keep them until they are healthy enough to be re-released. And we have a 80% success rate to re-release birds that come into the sanctuary.
The nest project covers all the colonies that we have in Africa, start from Namibia all the way to Port Elizabeth. So Namibia, we've sent 100 houses because they have less than 500 breeding pairs now. And then Robben Island, we put out 200 nests. And then Boulders Beach, we have 100 nests. And then Pettis Bay, I think we're almost on 78. Daya Island, we're sitting on 560.
So this nest is based on the general shape of the nest in the guano. Has a very low front entrance, which gives protection against predators like especially your giant seagulls that tend to steal the eggs or attack the chicks. And then it has enough room for the adults to stand upright and the chicks to stand upright in the back. This nest has ventilation holes that the ammonia and gases that collect inside the nest can escape. It works like a tent with a fly sheet over it. We have this extra layer that fits over this. So this allows air to go in between the two layers, and it also has the fly sheet but has holes in the back so that the air can actually flow over the bottom layer. It's made from a ceramic cement composite material, and it's very strong, very durable, does not really cause any damage to the environment, and it provides a lot of shelter for the penguins. If you put one of these nests down, say on Daya Island, within about half an hour it will be occupied by a penguin.
It depends on donations because we're raising funds in the area, and then we deploy all the houses from the colonies there. So anywhere there's penguins, and then the people are in charge of the colony, they ask us, they need a house. We just ask how many you need, and then we deploy them. So we don't ask money from them, no. But everything is happening here on site now. So we have 2 guys who are building that. It's Enva and Dean. So a day they make about 8 penguin houses.
We don't have an entry fee at the sanctuary, it's free of charge, but the education to give and the knowledge to give to people and the children in the community is very important for us. So if you educate your child or the children in our area, you're going to educate the parents. So with that, we also have a separate project. We call it the Deep Blue Kids. It's a 3-year course for them. It's very interesting because we do go out to schools as well. It's a separate project to help and educate our children.
If I look at the general attitude of people like myself and the whole generation, a few generations, how we mistreated the planet, how we mistreated the environment. I always think that we need to teach the little ones about how they can be a better generation than us, because we've been very bad. We've destroyed so many things, and I do have hope if I look at the younger generation, because we want them to care more for the planet, to care more for the animals, and I really hope that will happen. So education for the younger people, for children, is critically important. Anyway, it doesn't matter where you live in on this planet. The education, the environmental education for children and people is critically important, so that we can care better for this planet. To make this place more sustainable, self-sustainable, because I don't know what will happen if I'm suddenly not there, to make this place more self-sustainable, as we will add a Seabird Center here where people from all walks of life can learn more about the plight of the seabirds, what is their needs, how do we impact on their needs, and so on. So that's the future. Virtual reality, and to make it fun and educational for children as well as elderly people.
I came here to understand one species decline, but I'm leaving with a deeper lesson. When we support projects like the African Penguin and Seabird Sanctuary, we could actually make a difference.
Take care for nature. And nature is not just something that's out there, it is the way that you live, the way that you treat other people, you treat animals, you treat the planet, you treat your rubbish, you treat your everything. That is the bigger care.
So educate others, raise funds, volunteer at a local conservation center, because when a species disappears, we lose more than an animal, we lose part of ourselves. And if we act now, there is still hope to bring back these species from the edge.